As Steve Jobs once said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward. Hello, marhaba, parev. My name is Reham Jarjour. I was born in Damascus, Syria, 1979. I was 21 when I started studying at Haigazian University in 2000, majoring in elementary education with a minor in English. I graduated in 2005 with a bachelor's degree and a teaching diploma. The class of 2005 was a very special one because it was Haigazian's 50th anniversary and several memorable events took place throughout that academic year. On June 26, 2005, the baccalaureate service was held at the First Armenian Evangelical Church, and the keynote preacher was Reverend Dr. Ian Torrance, president of Princeton Theological Seminary. For me, it was a humbling experience to deliver the student valedictory speech during the Golden Jubilee Baccalaureate service. I still remember that moment when Reverend Nishan Bakalyan, our campus minister, entrusted me with this responsibility. I was truly honored, and to this day, I remain deeply grateful. Thank you, Bodvili. After graduation, I moved back to Damascus and worked as an English teacher at the Shweifat International School. I got married and moved to Egypt, where I've now lived for 20 years. My husband is an Egyptian pastor. We have two wonderful teenagers. Our son is 17 and our daughter is 15. I'm grateful to all faculty members at Haigazian, but I'd like to acknowledge in particular Dr. Sarar Ma'louf. I took several psychology courses with Mrs. Ma'louf, and little did I know that those classes would plant in me a deep passion for psychology. Fast forward 15 years, I finished my master's and doctorate degrees, both in psychology. Today, I'm Dr. Reham Jarjour, a psychologist, therapist, lecturer, podcaster, and published author of 4 books. My years of study at Haigazian gave me much more than an excellent education. Haigazian equipped me with the discipline, curiosity, and lifelong love for learning that continue to shape my life today. My first book was published in 2021, Naya والصبايا. Naya and Friends is a comprehensive guide to puberty and the menstrual cycle for teenage girls. It's the first book of its kind in Arabic, a 52-page encyclopedia for mothers, teachers, caregivers, and teenage girls themselves. Living out my alma mater's motto of truth, freedom, and service, I donated hundreds of copies of Naya والصبايا to displaced Lebanese families after the 2020 Beirut port explosion, and also to Syrian refugees living in Lebanon. My second book was published in 2022, Digital Detox. I was honored to have Dr. Maged Azmi, a psychiatrist, as a co-author. The book was featured during the Cairo International Book Fair in January 2023, a pioneering work in Arabic about gaming addictions and the harmful effects of screens and social media on youth mental health. The following year, during the 2024 book fair in Cairo, my third book was published, Al-Huzn Al-Wa'i. Conscious Grieving explores the psychology of grief, loss, and healing. This summer in 2026, my fourth book will be released. كتالوج التربية الرقمية, Digital Parenting Catalog, in which I talk about parenting challenges in raising younger generations during the era of digital addictions and artificial intelligence. When I arrived at Haigazian in September 2000, Reverend Dr. John Khanjian was the president, and in 2005 I received my degrees shaking hands with Reverend Dr. Paul Haigazian, who is Haigazian's president to this day. Just 3 years ago, in 2023, my family and I had the joyful, unique opportunity to meet with Dr. Haigazian and his wife Maral during their visit to Alexandria. My life in Beirut and those 5 years I spent at Haigazian remain some of the most treasured years of my 20s, and I still carry wonderful memories from my time in Lebanon. At Haigazian, I was part of the spiritual life group, the weekly chapel services on campus, and also the discipleship group meetings which Reverend Nishan and his wife Maria hosted at their home. I also played the flute at the spring concert in 2004. I joined the Haigazian Christmas Choir and the Armis Armenian Choir, both conducted by Reverend Nerses Balabanyan. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has financially supported Haigazian University over the years. I was blessed to receive partial financial aid, and without that support, studying and living in Beirut for 5 years simply would not have been possible for me. Thank you to every donor, every committee member, and every decision maker who prayerfully invested in students like me. Your generosity changed the course of my life. I live in Alexandria and I travel to Cairo often for work in memory of people we lost. I wanted to dedicate a few seconds of my video to honor our dear friends who are no longer with us, to validate our collective grief, and to tell these people how much we love them and how much we miss them. Investing in people and in education is such a noble vision, and this puts a great responsibility on me to pay it forward and generously share my knowledge in all means available at my disposal. So in 2018, when I started my own podcast, I made sure to share the episodes freely with listeners. It's called Rehamiyat Podcast, and you can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. It aims to empower Arabic-speaking women around the world, tackling topics about parenting, psychology, and life in general. I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Dr. Reham Jarjour, where I share free videos and free online courses about essential issues and skills we all need today, like digital parenting, conscious grieving, cultivating resilience during times of war and crisis, digital addictions for teens, and many other topics and trainings for both parents and mental health professionals. I've never taken my years at Haigazian for granted, and to this very day, I'm always looking for ways to give back to my alma mater and tell everyone about this institution, which is so much more than just a university. I'm beyond grateful for everything Haigazian gave me and how it changed the trajectory of my life in ways I could never have imagined. Thank you, Haigazian University, for believing in me long before I fully believed in myself. Thank you to every professor, employee, colleague, and friend who became part of my journey. It's truly an honor to be a Haigazian alumna. شاد شنورة قالم، شكراً كتير. Thank you very much. بس هيك.